The column made from carbon fiber and epoxy granite is finally complete. My perfect job. It's gotten pretty heavy, and it'll get even heavier.
So you've finally made it this far. There were times I wasn't sure you'd pull through.
Yeah, last time I finished the upper half of the column. This time, it's the lower half.
Maybe you should give a quick explanation for those who haven't seen the last video, like why you had to split the column into upper and lower halves.
Good point. Ideally, people should watch the previous video, but I'll give a quick rundown. This is a 5-axis CNC machine, and right now I'm building the column using carbon fiber and epoxy granite. The column is the largest part of the whole machine, and originally I wanted to pour the epoxy granite in one go. But there's a big part in the center that made a single pour too difficult. So I decided to cast it in 2 stages, top and bottom. It's a process where failure isn't an option, so I chose the most reliable method I could.
Right. It was supposed to be the safe option, but things got pretty complicated, and the video ended up being so long that we had to split it into 2 parts.
Everything went exactly as planned. You only ever look at the surface, so you miss the deeper truth. I made a small failure on purpose to learn as much as possible from it. Even the last session gave me a lot of valuable insights.
Oh, that's strange. I could have sworn you were panicking in the last video when things didn't go your way.
Don't lie, that's not true at all.
Here's the proof.
Oh no, I'm finished. What am I gonna do? I always mess everything up.
You're in full-on panic mode. If you want to know what happened, watch the previous video. The link is in the summary section.
This video is fake. No pointless talk today. Let's get straight to work.
You're in a bit of a mood today.
Not at all. I just want to stay focused on the work. What I'm removing now is the wall I used to separate the top and bottom parts. It's no longer needed, so I'm taking it out. Now I'm going to build the mold for the epoxy granite using carbon fiber plates.
Even after the column is finished, the A-axis part still needs to be bolted on so it can be removed later, right?
Wow, look at you. You actually remembered what I said last time.
Of course, I have an excellent memory. So, you're drilling holes in the carbon fiber plate using a diamond pick, right?
Well, I'm impressed. You don't even seem like Angel right now. You're usually like a chicken, forgetting everything after 3 steps. Come to think of it, you even have those white feathers like one.
Excuse me, did you just call my beautiful angel wings chicken feathers? Also, didn't you promise me something in the last video? I can't quite remember what it was, though.
Oh, that's not good. I figured you'd forgotten since it's been more than 3 steps since the last video, but it looks like you're a bit smarter than usual today.
We made some kind of promise, didn't we? What was it again?
By the way, your angel wings look even more beautiful than usual today. They're always so stunning. I can't help but stare. Would you mind turning around and staying quiet for a bit? I just want a better look at your, chicken wings, angel wings.
So you think so too? Everyone says that, you know. I guess I'll let you look, then. Go ahead, admire them all you want.
Finally, some silence. Now I can focus on the work. The plates are bonded together using carbon fiber chips and epoxy. A slightly wider gap tends to work better. This one's a bit too tight. So far, I think it's going pretty well. The lower half is simpler in shape compared to the upper part. These are the bolts used to bond the aluminum angle to the epoxy granite. The mold is complete. Now it's time to prepare for pouring the epoxy granite. I'll mask off the surrounding areas to keep the epoxy from getting where it shouldn't.
Hey, freak. What did you think of my beautiful angel wings? Admit it, you're totally under my spell now, aren't you?
Oh, the chicken's talking again. Angel, your wings are amazing. Truly. But I'm about to do some serious work. So could you please turn around and stay quiet for a bit?
Oh, so you're finally pouring the epoxy granite. I've been waiting for this part. Last time you totally panicked. This should be fun.
Let's not talk about that. Last time, I mixed carbon fiber chips into the epoxy granite to increase its tensile strength. The idea was perfect.
But because of that, the epoxy granite became less flowable, and it was a real mess, wasn't it? You know, I really like it when you're panicking.
I'm well aware that women around the world adore me, but for some reason, it doesn't make me happy when it's you. All right, it's time to pour the epoxy granite. From this point on, it's critical to get it into every corner quickly before it starts to cure. If air gets trapped inside, the quality of the epoxy granite will suffer. Maintaining flowability is absolutely essential. To make high-quality epoxy granite, the key is to use the largest possible aggregate, as long as it doesn't trap air inside. This reduces the amount of epoxy needed, and the less epoxy you use, the better the final result.
Unlike last time, I can actually see the epoxy granite flowing slowly this time. This is a clip from the previous video. After adding carbon fiber, The mix completely lost its flowability.
This time, I didn't mix in any carbon fiber, so the epoxy granite has kept its flowability. But I still have some concerns about tensile strength. The carbon fiber plates used as molds are meant to help with tensile reinforcement, but since they're made by joining separate pieces, I'm not sure how effective they really are. So for this build, I decided to embed 4 metal rods on each side. Both ends of each rod are hooked so they bond securely with the epoxy granite.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like things are going smoothly this time. Hey, freak, your viewers want to see you fail, you know? So do something stupid and give the people what they came for.
What are you talking about? Everyone wants to see my genius ideas and my elegant, intellectual movements, like a swan performing a perfectly choreographed dance. Listen closely. You can hear the cheers from the crowd.
Fake.
It's done. At the end, I added a layer of carbon fiber chips to the surface to improve tensile strength, and it looks better too. I used clear tape to press it down and hold it in place.
Wait a second, did the work just end all of a sudden? What happened?
Actually, I kinda messed up the recording. I thought the camera was rolling, but it wasn't.
Seriously, that's like the one mistake you're absolutely not supposed to make. A recording fail isn't even funny, it's just sad.
Before the epoxy granite fully cures, I'm removing the excess material. Right now, it hasn't fully cured yet, but it's extremely sticky. Excess epoxy granite like this is easy to remove at this stage. But once it fully hardens, you'll need to spend a lot of time sanding it down. After a day has passed, the epoxy granite has fully cured. So now I'm removing all the temporary tape and supports. To remove the masking on the shaft holder, it looks like I'll need to take the whole shaft holder off first.
The shaft holder's not coming off easily, is it?
It's fine. No need to worry. I can't believe the epoxy made it all the way in here.
The shaft holder's not coming off easily, is it?
No need to worry, because I'm Freak, the universally acknowledged genius. There. Perfect. As always. My work is flawless. Something like this? Easy to take off.
Funny, it looked like he was struggling with it quite a bit.
I'll reinstall the shaft holder and use the alignment shaft to adjust it parallel to the x-axis again. Once that's done, we can finally say the column is complete. Before adjusting the x-axis, I'm going to finish working on the surface of the column first. It's easier to do while the machine is flipped over like this.
Hey, Freak, could you not point your dirty butt this way?
It's not like I want to show you my butt. You just can't resist staring at how tight it is, can you?
Posting a butt like that on the internet, that's practically a crime.
Oh, but maybe it's a little too sexy. Now, I'd like to measure the weight of the machine, but since I don't have a scale big enough to weigh it on its own, I'll step on a scale while holding the machine, then subtract my own weight to calculate it. The total weight was 112 kilograms. My own weight is 76, so that means the machine itself weighs 36 kilograms. That's fairly heavy. Once I add the C-axis, it'll get even heavier, probably around 40 kilograms. Now, I'm going to perform the final alignment between the x-axis and the a-axis. There's a deviation of about 30 microns. Since the shaft holder is an independent component, it's designed to allow for fine adjustments. Here's how it looks after the adjustment. Perfect. With this, the X, Y, and Z axes are complete. That's it for today's video. Did you enjoy it? Next time, I'm planning to do a test cut. I don't have a table yet, so for now I'll try mounting something on this test shaft and cut some material in a temporary setup.
I'm a little disappointed. Freak didn't mess up much this time. Here's hoping he gives us a more entertaining failure in the next video.
If you are interested in this project, I suggest you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos. If you empathize with my project, why don't you become a member and support this channel? There are a few benefits, but as long as you are a member, your name will appear at the end of the videos as a patron. In other words, you can be a part of this project. So, please look forward to the next video.